So then we went to the St. Lawrence School. So I was there for almost 6 months, or maybe 4 months, I think. I was one day I was passing by this. Whenever I used to pass by that road, Maneckji, I used to see this is a beautiful school. I must go there. I must teach there then. So one day I just stopped, parked my car, and went in. I went to Mrs. Katki's office. She was there. Such a very good principal she was. At the time she was there for me. So then she also said, actually we wanted the teacher for, Hindi teacher for secondary. They said, okay, join us from tomorrow. So that was my story. Like that, how I joined the Maneckji. So I was there for 8 years, till 87, 88. But then I had some health problems, high blood pressure and all like that. So I was not comfortable. Then my doctor said, okay, you take leave for 1 year, then see how you feel. And 1 year I said, I was okay, then I left.
So what's the most special or touching thing that a student has done for you that you remember relate?
They used to love a lot, actually, you can say. Whenever I used to go to school, I was very fond of wearing matching jewelry, matching bangles and everything like that. So whenever I used to go sitting, teaching, the kids will come and tell you, Miss, you are looking very nice, you are looking very pretty. Like these things they used to say. You have such nice matching bangles. Then they used to ask some of them, oh, Miss, we saw you in car, you drive also. You come in car. These type of innocent things they used to ask questions like that.
So, Dilshad, out of all the subjects that you've taught over the years, which one has been the most favorite of yours to teach?
To teach? I have enjoyed teaching geography and English both. And of course, of late meaning, say over the last 2 or 3 years, I've also been teaching environmental science, which is equally interesting. So no favorites as such. Yes, I do enjoy teaching all of them.
And when you were studying in school, any favorite subject?
I liked studying all except maths, physics, and chemistry. Those were my nightmares. Seriously. I don't know why, but I used to like doing bio. Out of the sciences, bio used to be my favorite, to the extent that there was a time when I'd even thought of taking up science in college. But then just the thought of doing maths and physics and chemistry, I said, nothing doing. I'm not going in for that. So it's easier to answer that I don't like the other 3 subjects. The others were, all the rest of the subjects were like, I was quite good at it, comfortable, enjoyed doing it. So
when I was studying, we used to have this music also as a subject, singing.
Oh, okay.
And painting also. So today, both were actually favorite subjects. Also, whenever I used to get time, I used to make paintings and all at home. I have bonsai plants. So, main drawing and painting, that used to be a subject actually, you can see. And singing also, vocal music. Within that, we used to have practical and as well as theory also paper. In college, I used to love that subject, psychology. After 12th, then you choose subjects, psychology, sociology,
yes.
Hindi, like that. It was different. Now, though, as I was teaching Hindi, so Hindi was good for me, the best.
Did you all have any secret to, like, when the full class is screaming and shouting, any secret to quiet them down, or was it the regular screaming and shouting to get them to get mellowed down?
I personally feel, Nandini, yeah, we have naughty students, but it's not that there are, you can never say that a particular student has never played mischief and is the best and is really good. Every child at some time or the other fools around, plays. I think that's what makes them children. And I personally feel it's not right to tag them as naughty ones, because then they try to live up to that tag. And that, of course, becomes difficult. So it's best that you have to have a way of handling them. Innocent mischief, laugh it out with them. If it's something serious, make them understand.
Should not say that this child is naughty. So comparison is also not good for them. So then they feel bad.
Exactly.
So it's better not to be. And the naughty kid, the kids has to be naughty. They have to do. If they will not do, then who else will do? The else will not do. So kids are kids. So they used to be, but the naughty kid, we used to do like that. If the kids are making noise, the naughty one, we used to make monitor the class.
Exactly. Give them more responsibilities.
Today you are the monitor, and so then the class is also quiet. The kid is also happy. See, today I am the monitor, so I can do that. So they feel also good.
Poonam, I'm coming to you. Just wanted to ask one thing. Like, what did you feel was the most challenging part about teaching Hindi in school?
Oh, I used to feel Hindi is not, kids don't understand Hindi or like that. But they were very, very cooperative, very understanding. When I used to teach whatever, they used to pay attention. Not like that this Hindi period is there. So they never used to say, oh, we don't want to study. Whenever the teacher, why you never came yesterday, like that, whenever they used to miss the class. So that was really very good, that every child used to like Hindi.
Dilshad, since like you studied in Maneckji, now that you're teaching, and like since like as you said earlier, how the infrastructure was completely different earlier, and then now that it's all been like half of it isn't there. So like, how are you adapting to this change? Or like it's a change for the better in a way, but like how do you feel about this whole thing?
Yes, rightly said. Probably it is a change for the better, but I definitely do miss the heritage constructions which were there once upon a time, because as I told you, those were the places where we had our pre-primary and primary classes. Okay, so if I'm sure you must be also remembering, just outside, just behind the nursery hall, that little area where there was that water cooler, that used to be the area in those days. As kids, we were given milk and biscuits. Yes. Compulsory for everyone to have milk and biscuits in school. And for me, it was torture having milk. But I still used to look forward to it, because we were given in those little colorful plastic glasses which had those attached straws to it. So the fun part was selecting the favorite colored glass that you have and then blow bubbles in it till all the milk spilt out. So then we would just land up eating biscuits. So these are the memories. So when you kind of go back and think about it, I do feel that I miss those little constructions that were there. And yeah, probably the change is being made for the better, but I still do miss them. And Maneckji Cooper School was always known, those cottages, the school with little cottages, that way. That is how Maneckji Cooper School was always known to everyone. Right. And those are the things that have been brought down. So I miss them.
Sports and all, we used to go to Parel, I remember.
Yes. Parel, and then the university ground.
And for the heats on the beach, we used to take the kids for the practice. That's and right. All.
Yes.
Yeah. So they will make big place, so they will get more space for the children. No need to take somewhere or there.
What was the highlight of your day at school at Maneckji, or like what was that one thing for which you had to go to school every day?
At break time, break time. So after that, we wait for the break time for a tea, coffee break, and see our colleagues sit together and talk, because in the morning we used to come and go to our classes direct, and then after that, and that was a really nice time. We used to sit all, I think 6, 7 of 8, maybe 8, 10, these small staff room. So that was a really fun time.
With me, I basically have always been very fond of children. Even as a child, I always used to be very protective and very fond of children who were younger than me. So I always love being around children. So probably that is one reason why I've taken up this profession. And to meet my kids every day in school, that is one thing which, kind of makes me want to go to school. And another thing is, every morning as I enter the school gates, being greeted by the security, the first thing with a smile and a good morning, every single day without fail. They would say a good morning with a smile. And then, of course, all our helpers, Ramesh and Datta and Santosh, Indu Didi, all of them, every time during the day, whenever they bumped into you, they would smile and they would ask, "Kaise ho, miss? Kuch chahiye, miss?" Even without you telling them, they would first thing they would ask you, "Miss, kuch chahiye, kuch karna hai?" So these are things which make you feel like going back to school. Before Ramesh joined our school, he was in charge of the staff room, but prior to that, it was his father. I don't know if you all remember that Chotu Bala. We used to call him, we have two Balas, the big Bala who was always outside the school office, and he was the Chotu Bala. So these were like standard instructions to Chotu Bala from most of us, like especially Persistence and me. We used to love the samosas. Short break. There was a time when we never used to tell him also to bring the samosas, but the samosas were ready on our table. So when he retired and when his son took over, the instructions that he gave his son was that yahan pe 2 samosa hona chahiye short break mein at this table. So it was nice.
One Kashi, I think almost there. Ganpat, I still remember. It was very sweet, very sweet. Kuch bhi kaam hoye, aa jayega, chalo, and what to do, what do you want, this thing, that, and whatever. Very sweet.
Who was like your best student in, like, all throughout your teaching? Any one particular student?
All are best. Can't say that one child is good, one is not. Everybody, all the children were very sweet, very nice, very good. And Dilshad is so there. She was so there. So she is now here. I know that. And everybody, all of us.
Yeah, you can't really compare. You can't compare. Each one is different.
Not all.
Each one is different. So they're all.
Yes.
It's time for the rapid fire round.
Oops.
It's just a few questions. So what was your least favorite canteen food?
We, as Miss said, we didn't have a canteen at that time, but there was a time period when we had these packed lunches. And what I didn't like was when they served us idlis, which were all packed up in those plastic bags. The minute you open, it would just put you off. So that was my least favorite.
We were unlucky to have these canteens and all. No? Never. We used to take our lunch from home, and the tea and biscuits and all we used to have. And we didn't have biscuits.
Who had the tastiest dabba in the staff room?
My friend used to say, me. Then they used to ask me recipes. Nandini, they used to like my arbi. So, can you believe it?
In my case, I would say Ujjwala Miss and Shaileja Miss used to bring totally different things, and they used to make sure that they brought for everyone. So that is what we used to tell them, that the day you all retire, we are going to miss out on all these different foodstuffs that you all bring to school and make us try. So Ujjwala Miss and Shaileja Miss.
You could answer it either way. It could be the most memorable teacher that you had. So for Dilshad ma'am, it would be teachers you studied under. For Poonam ma'am, it will be teachers you worked with. So your favorite teacher at Maneckji Cooper?
Mrs. Lobo, my third standard teacher.
We all were friendly, all were good teachers. I can't name one person. All were right. All favorite.
So, like both of y'all must have like gone on the school picnics or school trips. So any one favorite school picnic of yours? Like where was that?
We generally had most of our school picnics at the observation point, RA Milk Colony. That was one picnic which we had year after year after year. So every time there was a picnic, I would say most of the time we were taken to RA Milk Colony, and there was this observation spot or observation point or something where it was a little garden, and we were just asked to go play whatever you want to play. Nothing to play, but play whatever you want to play, and then sit and eat your snacks that you carry. And that was it. That was a picnic for us.
That picnic, we used to take our children to observation point, and picnic spot was there, na?
Yes, I'm talking about those days only when I was a student. That's where we used to go.
Yeah, but from school, I think we haven't gone for any picnic those days. Where we go? यही होता था, और तो कोई picnic spot है ही नहीं, picnic place, nothing, only there.
Blackboard or whiteboard?
And I was used to that blackboard, the blackboard. We were that whiteboard, so we haven't used only. What about Dilshad?
I have used both, honestly. Yes, definitely. It's definitely better when you use a whiteboard because you don't have the chalk particles and the powder falling and you're sneezing and coughing half the time. But I used to enjoy the chalkboards. I used to like.
I haven't used whiteboard, so I don't know much about that. That's why I asked you. You must have used both the. A chalk, though, I still remember hands used to get very dirty.
Very dirty, dust, the chalk particles all the time, irritating your throat and nose. But it used to be nice. It had a charm of its own.
All right, so that brings us to the end of our rapid fire round. And it also brings us to the end of this episode. And it was a great time that Nandini and I had chatting with the two of you. But,
Thank you.
But before we do leave,
thank you.
Can we have one line of advice from Poonam ma'am to Dilshad ma'am as a teacher to her student?
I don't think she need any advice.
No, miss, always.
Very good, very sweet, very, very nice. So there's no need of any advice for her.
Thank you, miss.
Sweet child. For me, that's still small child only. No?
Of course, miss.
Our babies, you can say. No need of any advice to her. Be like this only. Always be humble. Always be like this. But
Dilshad ma'am, one line of advice from you to us, your students.
Shashwat and Nandini, and to, of course, all my students. Never give up in life. Keep chasing your dreams. And just carpe diem.
It was so great for us to have both of you on board today. I'm very sure that everyone who's watching the episode today would have had a grand time. But before we leave, I think Nandini has one line of advice to everyone who's watching this episode.
It's our advice to all you viewers that you make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.